Alex Shelley felt the need to send a flunky, some stooge, down to Turner's Hall, Cleveland, Ohio, and distract Johnny Gargano.
Well, he was sending a message. Gargano disrespected Alex Shelley when he said that Gargano was above Shelley's league.
Wait a second. Joe, I got a question for you. What the hell is Alex Shelley wearing in the ring exactly? I thought RoboCop was for another wrestling promotion.
Well, Alex Shelley has always been one of the most unorthodox, unique thinkers, both in the ring and with fashion as well. And the cheap shot to Gargano.
Shot.
That's where disrespect gets you.
Kick his ass, Johnny.
And there's the line in the sand being drawn by Alex Shelley. And there's no Kevin Nash watching the back of Shelley and Saban tonight.
Shut the front door.
Please, they're on this on their own. Dr. Nash is not in session this evening. And it's Alex Shelley starting out with Josh Prohibition. These two men have met in the ring before.
Well, that's right. Josh Prohibition, former CAPW junior heavyweight champion. And when he defended that belt, he defended it against all comers, including one Alex Shelley. And
Shelley,
who came out on top in that one again, Joe?
Why don't you enlighten me?
That would be Josh Prohibition.
Without a doubt, Josh Prohibition and Johnny Gargano, in addition to Saban and Shelley, four of the best in the company, best in the country right now. But it remains to be seen if one side is definitively better than the other. We've seen Prohibition and Gargano align themselves several times over the past several months, that alliance of convenience to battle against the common enemy. And Gargano was quick to seek refuge from Josh Prohibition when he found out Alex Shelley was not going to go away.
I'm telling you, you couldn't be more off base. Now let me explain it to you. When Josh Prohibition was getting his start in this great business of professional wrestling, a man by the name of JT Lightning took him under his wing, showed him the ins and outs of this professional wrestling game. Now that Josh Prohibition has been a professional for 7-8 years in this sport, he is merely passing on his knowledge to the younger Johnny Gargano, a 2-year veteran prodigy in the professional wrestling ranks.
If that's what you want to call it, but it's clear Prohibition and Gargano have a mutual admiration society. Great agility by Alex Shelley, single leg takedown. Pace begins to quicken in this tag team encounter. And Alex Shelley lights up Josh Prohibition with a knife edge chop. Second time now. At ringside it is Joe Dombrowski. Alongside me is Jamie Scott for this memorable tag team encounter. Murder City Machine Guns against Prohibition and Gargano. To the ride now, Josh with a reversal. Shelley puts the brakes on. Connects with a kick. Satellite head scissors coming up. Followed through arm drag, and Alex Shelley is in firm control of the situation, much to the dismay of Josh Prohibition in the ring and Johnny Gargano on the apron.
Well, this is a game. I'll tell you what, this is merely the beginning. Alex Shelley now, look at this, running away at every chance he gets.
Springboard and another cheap shot at Johnny Gargano. Another message sent, bringing that ego down to size. Blind tag made between Shelley and Saban. Manhattan drop, Saban follows through. Check out this combo. Moonsault, drop kick. They work so well together. They trained together under Scott Demore when they first started. Cover, 2 and no. And you saw Saban throw up that open palm. We saw that before from the Michigan Invasion, showing their respect to the state of Michigan. Of course, Detroit, Michigan, the murder capital of the United States, hence the name Murder City Machine Guns.
Well, that's right. And don't forget, you mentioned to it before, Alex Shelley, Chris Saban came up in the ranks with some of the greatest on the Michigan independent scene, trained by the great Truth Martini up there in Michigan. We've seen Truth Martini right here on Sports Time Ohio countless times.
Shot headlock by Saban. Gargano shoots him off. Saban with a takedown. Check out the agility of Chris Saban. Continues through. Arm drag takedown. And Saban is a hair quicker than Johnny Gargano thus far. Into the buckle, up and over goes the Prodigy, but connects with the elbow. Deep, deep arm drag. And Chris Saban is in firm control. The former 4-time TNA X Division champion charges through, clothesline, into a Bulldog takedown.
All that tells me that he is a 4-time former champ is that he has lost that belt 4 times. And today, if Johnny Gargano and Josh Prohibition have anything to say about it, he will get yet another loss on his record book.
You know, we've seen Alex Shelley say before that Johnny Gargano reminds Shelley of a young Alex Shelley, the young prodigy, working his way up in the business at a rapid pace, trying to prove to the veterans he's just as good as them. And check out that combo. I think Alex Shelley sees a lot of himself in Johnny Gargano. I think Alex Shelley is going to physically beat the ego out of Gargano in this match.
Down to the floor he goes, up and over the top.
Double Pescado connects. Beautifully done by the Machine Guns.
Chris Sabin almost taking out one of our crack cameramen at ringside. Referee Eddie Edwards laying a count on all 4 men on the floor.
It is all Machine Guns thus far at this juncture, as this is the match Alex Shelley has wanted since about this past May. Alex Shelley did not take too kindly to being disrespected by Johnny Gargano over and over again. This is chance for revenge, and if Alex Shelley can pin Johnny Gargano in this match, he could definitely go a long way to proving that point that Johnny Gargano may be as good as Alex Shelley.
Johnny Gargano does not need to prove anything to Alex Shelley. He's already beaten the man.
Well, twice.
If anything, Alex Shelley has to prove something to Johnny Gargano.
That doesn't necessarily mean that Gargano's above Shelley's league. That's certainly not the case. Alex Shelley can hang with anybody in this world you want to put him in the ring with. As Shelley springs in with an elbow, nice execution. You see the total it took on Gargano, but only a count of 2.
Hey, 2 wins versus 1 win. Right now, Johnny Gargano still way ahead of the game. It's Alex Shelley
with a senton 2 and no.
Alex Shelley's got to prove something here today.
I think it remains to be seen that Alex Shelley's reputation around the world speaks for itself, and great double team move. I don't know if I've ever seen such an inexperienced tag team. Really, Sabin and Shelley only been teaming together for the past few months, but it's just amazing to see how well they work together. That goes back to their training days in Detroit, Michigan.
That's right, extremely familiar with one another. Ran the roads up and down the highways between Detroit, Michigan and Cleveland, Ohio together.
On both sides of the ring, as partners and as rivals.
That is correct.
So they know each other inside and out, offensively and defensively, as Alex Shelley attempts to beat some respect into Gargano in the corner.
Sent for the ride, in goes Johnny Gargano.
Running back elbow, and you notice Shelley, cheap shot to Prohibition, into an enziguri kick. Shelley calling out the name of Gargano before he hit that maneuver, an extra slap in the face as Shelley is beating Gargano at Gargano's own game.
Cheap shot tactics.
2 and no.
Cheap shot tactics by Alex Shelley. Hitting people from behind, kicking, pulling hair.
Well, Gargano and Prohibition without a doubt have it coming, and they're getting the wrestling lesson of a lifetime here thanks to Alex Shelley.
Oh, just because Josh Prohibition and Johnny Gargano made life absolutely miserable for fellow Detroit, Michigan native Zach Gowen during his tenure here at CAPW, that does not give the right to Alex Shelley and Sabin to seek revenge.
Well,
I'll tell you what, if anything, Zach Gowen should have stood up and fought his own battles, but we all know he wasn't able to do that.
High risk coming up here. Gargano trying to fight his way free. Shelley took a little too much time, and Gargano up and over, powerbomb attempt, but Sabin right there with a kick to the gut.
Come on, ref, get him out of there.
And Prohibition picks up the slack, or attempts to. And Gargano takes the balance away from Shelley, and check out this combo, ending with the backcracker. Prohibition and Gargano have also been heavily training for this encounter.
That's right. They see this as the opportunity to show the world that the so-called Murder City Machine Guns are nothing more than a couple of overrated sidekicks to Kevin Nash.
2 and no. And if that's what you say, you're not giving Sabin and Shelley anywhere near the amount of credit they deserve.
Oh, okay, Dr. Kevin Nash, is that better?
Please.
Dr. Nash, he needs his own surgeon is what he needs.
Clothesline by Prohibition into another near fall. And Alex Shelley has all of a sudden found himself on the defensive as a result of the explosive offense at the hands of the Gargano Prohibition camp.
That's right. All they needed was that one little glimpse of daylight in there, seize the advantage, and now you see who's on top of the game.
Shelley fights his way free, and look out! Runs right into a Josh Prohibition back elbow. Shelley did not do enough to soften him up, and baiting Chris Sabin in the ring, allowing the illegal double team and what looked to be a phantom audio tag in the Gargano Prohibition corner.
What are you talking about? There was a tag. I heard it.
Yeah. Take those sunglasses off, you'll be able to see more clearly. Suplex attempt, nicely done by Gargano. Textbook style. And you see Gargano telling Sabin, was that close to being over.
And now look at Johnny Gargano playing mind games with Chris Sabin, luring him into the ring.
Oh, he's such a cocky young kid.
No, he is so much wiser than his years.
And that too, but it just makes him so overbearing to be around, to talk to wrestle. Just to see the chip on this kid's shoulder, that cocky smirk on his face.
That is a convinced smirk.
Gargano's the kind of guy you cannot help but hate.
I don't hate him. I get along really good with Johnny Gargano. Well, you don't. You just go to the strip clubs with him.
Consider the source.
What kind of strip club was that anyways?
Are you incriminating Mr. Gargano as well?
Not at all. I'm incriminating you.
All right. He told me to meet me there.
Oh,
double suplex.
You told him to meet you there.
Hey, I'm not here to judge. Cover 2 and Sabin interrupts. Prohibition may have had this match won.
That's right. An illegal breakup of the pin there by Sabin, saving his Murder City Machine Gun partner.
I think Prohibition and Gargano are just trying to slow the pace down. They know how dangerous Shelley and Sabin can be when they get momentum on their side, and Prohibition's momentum just took him right into that second turnbuckle, and smart maneuvering by Johnny Gargano saw Shelley inches away from the tag, able to cut him off in time.
That's right, rushing in there, preventing the tag, keep the man in the ring, keep pounding on him, Johnny, that's the way to do it.
Hard left by the southpaw Gargano. And again, keeping Shelley grounded, keeping Shelley within grasp.
That's right, just grinding his face into the canvas with that boot right across the back of the neck.
And again, baiting Chris Sabin in, taking advantage of his temper, and another phantom audio tag.
If the referee allows it, it's legal.
Well, the referee is using very poor discretion in trusting the likes of Prohibition and Gargano, and it's only having its after effects on Alex Shelley right now. Shelley feels it though. That momentum's on his side. Look out. Shelley trying to grab anything, headlock it up and over. Check out this explosion into a face buster. Prohibition, dazed and confused and secretly makes the tag, and Gargano right back on top. Jawbreaker by Shelley. Gargano's down, Sabin's legal, and watch this explosion for the former X Division champion. Missile dropkick to Gargano, back body drop, good job Prohibition.
Sabin going to work on both of these men now.
Look out, jumping elbow. Sabin taking care of both men on the opposing side at the same time. Oh, look out here. Oh, targeting the boot. Look at Gargano hanging precariously. Shelley with a dropkick. Hesitation dropkick. Caught him right in the midsection. Nowhere for Johnny to go but down. Prohibition's hurt on the outside. Sabin's got Gargano. Cliffhanger. DDT. Takes him down. Prohibition back in. Tries to make the same miscommunication. Action so fast and furious.
Did you see that kick? Right into the midsection.
Josh to the outside.
Into the steel he goes.
Sabin and Gargano left in the ring one-on-one. Prohibition trips up the leg. We'll check out Gargano. Shot to the jaw. Leg lariat takedown, almost a rocker dropper variation, got 2.5. Something we really haven't seen out of Johnny Gargano that much before.
That's right. He has been in the gym. He has been just waiting. He's chomping at the bit. He is salivating for today. Today, this is Johnny Gargano's time to shine.
No doubt. Oh, sharp kick to the chest by Sabin. Tag Alex Shelley back in. And
Shelley hot dogging for the fans, wasting time.
Take a chance. Does it pay off? Double bird and a drop kick. Shelley elevated. Snake eyes on the buckle, but comes right back. Variation of that shell shock into the corner.
Prohibition down in the ring. Gargano down at ringside. Alex Shelley's left standing tall right now.
Shelley measuring him. Measuring him here. Tornado DDT. Prohibition counters. Into the TKO. Josh with a cover. 2.5. Alex Shelley gets the shoulder up.
Only a 2 count. Gargano charges over, knocking Sabin off the ring's apron.
There's a cheap shot for you, followed by a double team.
Hey, that's payback.
The hell is this?
I'll tell you what that is. That is 1, 2, and 3.
Is that it? No.
What?
Assisted, elevated, inverted DDT. It may have been the shoulder, may have just been the shoulder blade, but something of Shelley's came up in the nick of time.
Somehow he's able to kick out. I don't understand.
Prohibition has Shelley precariously pushed, but Sabin back in again. Ouch.
What the? He just slapped him on the ass.
Knocked him off balance. Follow through here, countered. Drunken driver attempt. Saw Shelley coming. Prohibition thinks on his feet. Driver to Shelley. Jumping enziguri kick by Sabin. Sliced bread. Number 2 by Shelley. Cover 2. And Gargano. Desperation move. Pushes Sabin into Shelley, which breaks up the fall.
Out onto the floor goes Johnny Gargano.
Sabin and Gargano on the outside. Shelley and Prohibition on the ringside. Look out.
Face first right to the steel. Courtesy of Johnny Gargano goes Sabin.
Drunken driver coming up here by Prohibition. He's got Gargano helping. Spike, drunken driver. Dear God, Shelley could have a broken neck. This match has got to be over. What a power battle.